Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Woohoo! We are so happy you're here. Tonight is Tuesday, August 20th. Leo, hit that promo, honey.
Yeah, I'm a big fish in a small pond. Days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. I'm as famous, I'm as famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am.
How's it going? We're so happy you're here. Oh my God, what an exciting time in our country. I said to Leo, I was just watching before we checked in. I was watching the DNC second night #2 convention. Oh my God. And they were doing the roll call, and I got so emotional because I was born in Massachusetts, and then I moved here when I was 27 or 28. And so I consider both of those places my home. I consider Massachusetts my home, and I consider New York my home. And I always said, if they, whenever my ashes get ashed, I actually have it in my living will to split it and be distributed in both states because I'm so connected to both. And so tonight I got really emotional when Massachusetts, they started playing the Dropkick Murphys, and it was so like that Irish, which is, I grew up, all my friends were Irish and Italian. So that got my blood going, and it was so exciting to hear them. And then when it got to New York, I love that they play music from really, it was so exciting. It's like getting to a place where like the music that they're playing is so cool. So New York, they played Alicia Keys, of course, that song's been out forever, New York. But now the show is on Broadway. Hi, Leo. Thank you for joining me, my love.
New Jersey, they played The Boss.
I know.
Right? Born in the USA.
I know. It was so exciting. And, Judy's watching it out. She's in Jersey. She's a Jersey girl, right? So she's watching it from there. I mean, my heart was pounding. So New York, I got to tell you, well, when they said Massachusetts, I was crying in the Massachusetts one because I heard all those beautiful things that we're saying. It's that's where the Plymouth Rock is. That's where the Pilgrims landed. That's where Thanksgiving started. It's all these amazing things, right? They have such a history, the Minutemen, all that stuff. And then when they got to the music of New York, it was that. And then Kathy Hochul, who's the first female governor of New York, who I actually like very much, by the way. She said she mentioned everything, Empire State Building, all those things. She goes, and the Stonewall Inn. And
I heard it. I was listening.
It took my breath away. I said, I work there. That's where my friends are. My friends own that. I managed on Gay Pride. I was one of the managers. And Halloween. I met Kamala Harris there a year ago. It was July, actually, so a little more than a year. Last year, she came to the Stonewall Inn. I worked there. And I got so I had so much pride. I went and changed my shirt because I had a shirt that said voting is my superpower, which I will wear. I'll wear it next week probably. But I said I have to put on my Stonewall shirt. So you know what? We do not always realize the power that the little mom and pop shops have, that the little guy has, that standing up for your rights has. Whether you're a little place in New Mexico or in New York or Nebraska, I love all these people, Mississippi, I'm so proud of everybody. And then Pennsylvania, that's a big state. And Josh Shapiro was
Puerto
such
Rico came on.
Oh my God, Puerto Rico. And didn't you think of Peter Feliciano and Elena Ponte?
Yes, I did.
I mean, that was so good. They were playing Despacito. And I got so happy. You remember Minnesota, they were playing Prince. That is Prince's. And Tim Waltz, who he was my number one choice. First, it was Mark Kelly until they introduced, and they were like, wait, there's this other guy. And Judy and I were watching it, and I go, oh my God, he was a coach. That's what we need. America needs coach. And
Mhm.
and then I realized he signed into law. He named a highway after Prince, and he signed it in purple ink. I mean, is that how cool is that? So I just
He's
love
a
it.
pretty cool guy.
He really
He
is
is
a
a really
pretty.
cool guy. And the
Let me,
fact that we have a coach in there and the fact that there are two people that came up from working at McDonald's, going to college for Kamala, right? And he was protected our country, and he was a teacher, so he knows about all the parents and all their little
yep,
head things that they think about when they worry about their children. He knows about that,
absolutely.
so he
He
knows how
knows
to
all.
comfort us.
Right, his wife is a teacher, just like beautiful, just like Jill was a doctor of education. Like if you're coming from that place, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. And so let's check in with some of our people, and then I do have a very interesting little tidbit to say about New York as well. So anyway, I had like such feelings about the music and all that. It's just beautiful. In Tennessee, they were playing all that cool stuff. And I was wishing Dolly Parton was there, but there's still time.
We got to talk
Danielle,
about last night too.
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Danielle Alexandria Alchemy, our wonderful, wonderful friend, has joined us. She is a spiritual medium. She is a psychic. She does past life regression. She does spirit animal readings. She talks to the other side. And I'm not making this up. As Joe Biden would say, it's not hyperbole. I love when he says that. It's such an old fashioned term. And it's not hyperbole. It's not hyperbole. Danielle Alexandria Alchemy is the real deal. If you're someone that would like to connect on a spiritual level, whether it's with people that have passed on or in any sense, please go to her website, which is Danielle Alexandria Alchemy. Leo, our magical person, has put it up there. Leo, you are magnificent.
Mhm.
Thank you. And he's
That's
put it
for
up
our
there.
sister from another mister.
I love her. We love Danielle so much. And her Instagram is a little screwed up now because, as just like ours, last year it got hijacked, right? And it took
Well,
a while.
that's the one now. That's the one that if you look at the site that we have it there,
Yeah.
she is back on.
Oh,
She started a new account,
okay,
so
good.
it's still the same thing. It just has some underlines on it.
Okay,
Where were you? There
beautiful.
you
You
go.
can find her.
At
And she's a
Danielle underscore Alexandria underscore alchemy.
alchemy. Okay, and you can also find her by going to mine or Leo's Instagram pages, and you'll find us. Also, if you want to follow us on Instagram, What's the Story with Maria, on YouTube, Facebook,
Mhm.
and I just joined TikTok. So, but I haven't put any show stuff up yet. Just a
Well,
couple
you can
little,
get everything for What's the Story from Maria if you go to what'sastorywithmaria.com. It's
which
all
Leo has
there.
created for me
And
as a
all the
surprise.
podcasts are all there.
Really, Leo?
Yep.
I
So it's
haven't.
all there.
I
And if
was.
you want to get another apron to post for our calendar,
Oh yeah. So
it's
let's.
all there.
Who's on our calendar this month, Leo?
It's the Leo season.
Oh my God. It's Leo season. That means Lauren, who's a Leo, and
Mhm.
her boyfriend, fiance, Robert, who's also a Leo, as is Elliot Roth. And my mother was a Leo as well. So I
Well,
want to talk about my mother briefly before we bring in our beautiful guest.
all the fire signs.
Yep, Leos are amazing. Also, my friend Sharon Angela is a Leo, and I was on texting with her today on Instagram because she's an amazing artist. She was in The Sopranos. She's a great actress, but she's also an amazing painter. So I want to get her on maybe in October or something. We can Zoom her in.
Oh yeah, I saw her
Yeah,
postings for her new podcast.
yeah. And art by Sharon Angela. Art on Instagram is all her art, visual, and her paintings and stuff. She's amazing, and she does photography too. So we're gonna have her on in a month or two. Okay, that said, did you want to throw something in, Leo?
Yeah, last night. I know that you didn't get to watch it, but I'm sure that we saw the highlights.
Mm.
I have to say, and I know it's probably not big of me, but when they started shouting, "Lock him up," for Miss Hillary Clinton, who I love her. Thank you. She should have been up there.
Another New
Whatever.
Yorker.
The past is the past, whatever,
I
right?
know.
But that moment, and we've been good. Everybody, Kamala, everyone's been kind of like, no, we're not going to go there. But Miss Clinton, she just
Was
a
great. But
couple seconds more.
let me tell you something about karma and poetic justice. Oh, speaking of justice, we have justice coming on soon. Not yet, not yet. But The beauty of life as you live, as you go on. When you're younger, you don't see karma, you don't see things come around. You're young,
Right.
you haven't lived that life. But anybody will attest. Lori Towers has joined us. No place I would rather be on this beautiful night. Thank you, Lori. And Lori is a publicist, a radio personality, a bass player, a musical historian, all kinds of things. Leo will talk about that in a minute. But anyway, if you live long enough, you see it. You see things be the way they are. And I want to say one thing. There is a representative that was voted in this year in Harlem that represents New York, and his name is Yusef Salem. Now, you don't know that name, or you might have heard that name. I'll tell you why this is so powerful. That he was voted in, and he's at the DNC tonight. This was one of the Central Park Five. Now you say, oh, that rings a bell. What is that? So in the 90s, there were 5 African-American young men arrested for assaulting a woman in Central Park. They were wrongly convicted. Donald Trump, who was a real estate person at the time, took out a full-page ad and went full throttle on these guys that make sure that they get the justice, blah, 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 blah. All 5 of them went to jail, and all 5 of them were found innocent after they spent many, many years in jail. They were found wrongly convicted. And he now is this beautiful, spiritual, grounded guy who has said, I'm going to do something productive with my life. And he is at the DNC tonight. He's a representative for New York. This guy that spent years in jail for a crime he did not commit. When Donald Trump took out a full-page ad in the New York Times against the Central Park Five. You can look it up. You can Google it. Anybody that's from New York gets chills every time they hear that. So you talk about some poetic justice. But anyway, okay. Now, this Thursday is my mother's birthday. She's my favorite Leo. She is in heaven. And I want to remind you. So here, I mean, I always have here's a little picture of my mother, who I love. So happy birthday, Ma. On Thursday, I will talk to you, as I always do on your birthday. And my mother became a citizen. She was from Italy. She became a citizen, an American citizen, a little past when she was 18. After she got here, she went to night school for 2 years. They all did. And they became American citizens. My mother never missed an election, ever, after she became a citizen. And as a matter of fact, this is a picture of my mother's last Christmas. She had cancer, and she was very, very sick. Of course, she cooked a full meal for us. But that year, or the year, or right before that, she voted in her last election. My dad had to wheel her in a wheelchair. She had cancer, and she still went and voted. So don't even think about telling me you didn't vote, okay? If my mother, Maria Gentili Sr., can vote when she's not feeling well, then you can get off your ass and go and vote. So how do we do that, Leo? How do we check our voter registrations? We go to vote.org. And if you go to vote.org, you will see that it will come. You can, if you haven't registered yet, you still have time to register. And if you want to check your registration, because sometimes people move or sometimes things get screwed up, right? You don't want to check it the day of. You don't want to find out the day of voting. You go there and you're not registered. So vote.org, anything, any state in the country, any question you have, it's right there. It says everything you need to vote. And it's nonpartisan. It's run by both parties, and it's great. So please go and check that out. Also, I do postcards to swing states, and they have reopened the sign up for that, but it's a short window. It's only for like another week. You can go to postcards to swing states, and they will say, what state would, thank you, Leo. Thank you. What state would you like? They give you a list. I always say there's one option to choose that says the state that needs the most. And I happen to get Ohio this time, but I know Ohio's close but this started off as a grassroots thing. Joe Cangelosi got me involved in it. I think they had like I don't know, 52,000 postcards that got sent out the first year. They're up to like 5.2 million postcards that have been sent out in the last 4 years. And they do it during midterms too. So it's not just maybe the last 6 years, but it's such a great way to get involved. And they're just lovely people, and it's nonprofit. So go and check that out. I wanted to show a picture of these, all these little babies in my family, all these little girls that are now all women in their 20s and 30s, right? Including my nieces. That's why we go and vote. We go and vote for the future of America. We vote for ourselves, and we vote for the future of America. One of these little babies is my niece, Leah, who is in the Air Force. I love my niece. I love my other niece, of course, as well, Angelica. And I want them to have the same rights that I had. In 1974, Roe versus Wade passed. And as a teenager, I had freedoms. And I, as a 62-year-old woman, should not have more rights as a teenager than my nieces do now. So please register to vote, go out there and do the right thing. You will never regret voting for freedom. You will never regret representing your country. Be proud of who you are, be proud of your heritage, and listen. And as far as immigrants go, don't even talk to me about immigrants, because immigrants are the backbone of this country, whether they came from Italy, Ireland, Poland, Mexico, Cuba, Colombia, Canada, whatever. I don't want to hear Poland. I don't want to hear it. You look around, and then I'll shut up about it. You go to any gas station, store, any restaurant, any place that needs employees, and who do you think is working those jobs? Immigrants from all over the world. And you better be grateful that they're working those jobs, because we're not working those jobs. We're working other jobs, because we can't work 700 jobs. I already have 4. So thank God that immigrants come to this country and work hard. Your Uber drivers, your Uber Eats people, all those people, they're all immigrants. Thank God. My whole family came from somewhere else. Thank you to my grandfather, Jerry Savino, and my grandmother, Liberuccia Savino, who came here, brought their babies, and started a life here. I am so grateful for you. Thank you very much. Okay. Stephanie Greco, my friend from high school, I couldn't agree more. My family is nothing but immigrants, hard workers. Yes. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. I know your husband is from Haiti. Lovely, lovely. You have a beautiful family. And exactly, we all come from somewhere. Don't walk around all high horsey like you think you're not from somewhere else. You are lying. Russia, wherever your family is from, Russia, Ukraine, Czechoslovakia, Spain, we all came from somewhere else. Remember, America just belonged to the Indians, and then when they started to come over. So stop. What's that, baby? What is it? Oh, I can't hear you, but I see you're pointing to your beautiful caramel complexion.
This is the color of skin of people that were here way before, a long time ago.
Right.
Way before the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
Right. So don't listen to the bad guys. Whoever the good guys are in your life, you know who they are. I'm not going to name names. Whoever it is for you, let's go forward and let's soar like eagles as we should. Okay, that is my speech for tonight.
How can people say that they don't like immigration when all the food that we go to is all ethnic food from other countries?
I know, exactly. Thank you very much.
I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
I know. Well, okay. So speaking of poetic justice, we also have our friend Justice tonight. No coincidence that we have Justice tonight joining us. My friend, he has 2 names, Justice LeBoy and Justice LeBrave. Justice LeBrave is his show name, although he can be anyone he wants to be. He's so incredibly talented that when I hear his music, because it's on Spotify as well and other platforms, I get goosebumps. He is here with us tonight. I'm so excited. I met him at the Stonewall Inn through our friend Chauncey. So do we have Justice tonight?
Hi.
Oh my God, you're so friggin' cute.
Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, you're gorgeous. And
You're
I just want to
gorgeous.
also honor your mother tonight and say happy birthday.
Thank
And
you, honey. You would
I,
have loved my mother. She would have loved you.
yes,
She
we
was a
would have got on
wonderful.
very well.
Oh no, you don't understand. She would have loved you. She would have tried to kiss you and kiss you and kiss you.
And
Um,
I would receive it. I would receive it. Okay.
I know. Now listen, my love. You just did. You are a singer songwriter,
Yes, singer,
and
songwriter, performer,
I would put
producer.
you in the pop and producer. You do all your own stuff,
Yes,
which
yes,
is incredible, by the way.
yeah. Thank you
Incredible.
so much. Thank you.
So the first time I heard you, I remember Chauncey was like, "Oh, you're gonna love my friend Justice. He's great." And I heard you. I was doing something. I heard you sing. I was like, "No, no, that's not a real person singing. That's a recording. There's no way that that sound is coming from that person."
Oh
And
my gosh.
I mean, really, I looked at Chauncey. I was like, "What the?" He's like, "I know. He's great." So you, honey, have a very distinctive sound. It's low in kind of like it has this low sound, but your range is really big,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah, thank
So
you.
you have that low kind of like beautiful velvety kind of like thing, and then you have this big range. When did you start singing? Where did you learn to sing like that?
So I started singing when I was maybe, well, here's what my mom and dad, they always tell this story. Well, rest in peace to my dad. But my mom and my father always would tell me the story. They would say, when you were 16 months old, you got up in your crib and you didn't say any words, but you were just singing, and it was quite evident that you were singing because of how you sounded. It was like I was almost like I got up as a baby and was like, I need to vocalize.
I love it.
So they said for like 15 minutes, I was just up like ah, ooh, like I was just saying ahs and
You
oohs.
had to get that out of you. It was in you. Now,
Yeah,
your parents musicians?
yeah. So odd, well,
Okay.
funny thing. My mother was a salsa band manager
Oh
when
my
she
God, I
met my
didn't know
father, who
this.
was the percussionist of the band.
What?
Yeah.
I
So
love this story.
very musically inclined family. Very so much involved in the music industry, and um, yeah, my father was a salsa drummer, a salsa percussionist, and he did that for 25 years.
That's beautiful. So you have it's in your blood. It's in your blood.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, if you're that little and you get up and sing like that, you've heard music, you've heard people in your house feeling free to do that, and you also it's just in your blood.
Yeah,
There's just no way around it.
definitely.
Now, when did you start writing? Because you're a young guy, you're a pretty young guy.
Yeah.
When
So
did you start writing?
I started writing when I was 16 in high school. Um, so I had a I had a band called the Fierce Jones, in which I had a sorry to say, but I had a fake ID in which we would go do gigs at like the like Bowery Electric or like National Underground.
Yeah, no, I mean
So,
I read a lot of biographies, and most
yeah.
artists, was that you?
Yes, that is me. That's
With
my
your
video for
wild
strangers.
hair. I love it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've had a lot in this bun.
But I think you're better looking this video. This video makes you look very intimidating, but
I
you are
know.
so cute. And
Oh,
but
thank you.
listen, where can people I want people after the show to go and find your music because it's phenomenal.
Yes, you can find me anywhere online, Justice LaBrave.
Okay.
I also have a link tree where you can find all of my videos, my merch, my music that's already available to stream. Again, on all platforms. I
Beautiful.
have tickets to my next show, which is going to be on August 31st. I'm going to
Yep.
be playing at the 10 Music Festival.
Okay, tell us about that.
So it's a multimedia music festival, well, multimedia arts festival, excuse me, in which I'll be performing in the basement gallery area, and it's a 4-level mansion in the
Wow.
West Village that is a art space,
Oh my God.
and you'll have access to all of the art space plus a free drink.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. I'm like, if you know me, you know I'm about a good time. Please
Yeah.
smoke with me. Okay.
You know what? You are about a good time, but you're very responsible about it.
I appreciate that.
You're
Thank
very, because I know I'm a bartender,
you.
and
Yes.
I know that you want to make sure you get up to sing and do your thing, and then you'll have a few drinks.
And
And I
not only that,
respect
I
that.
want to make sure everyone has a good time.
Yeah, I
And,
respect that.
very demure, very mindful.
My girlfriend just turned me on to this last night. I was like, "What is that?" She's like, "You are behind. It's on
Right,
TikTok."
everyone's gonna have a good time, but it's gotta be demure and mindful. Okay, so I just
I
want to make
love
sure
it.
everyone included is having fun. So
I love it.
at the same time, tip your bartenders.
Thank you, honey. I
Oh,
appreciate
okay,
that. I
that is
appreciate
the
that.
truth.
So
Thank
now,
you.
my favorite song of yours is it just called Joy, or is it called You Bring Me Joy?
Joy, joy.
Can I
Thank
tell you
you.
something? You have no idea how many times I play this song, and I am telling everybody, because this song is also perfect for what's happening in the world right now. But it's just a happy song. It's like it's about joy bursting out of you, and it's so you're gonna like this is the kind of song you play when you're working out, on your way to work. You play
Yes,
when you're putting on your makeup. You put it on when you whatever you're doing that you're so excited about, you want to get going. You could vocalize to it. There it is. Oh my God! And it
yeah,
is so
this motherfucking Pride out here.
such a happy, happy, happy song. Oh
Yes,
my
we
God!
performed it at Pride with DJ Ben Wild. He
Okay.
invited me out to come perform for Brooklyn Pride.
Is this in Brooklyn? It's in Brooklyn, right? Is it Williamsburg?
Yeah, you can see the
I guess.
Brooklyn Bridge in the background at a
Oh
certain
my
point.
God, so
Um,
exciting!
it's so much fun. We had a great time, and honestly, Joy has been the song heard around the world.
Yep,
It's premiered on Canada radio, UK radio, South Africa FM radio,
yep,
um, all during high traffic hours, and
yep.
it's been consistently getting plays. So I'm
Ye-
very I'm very happy with how Joy turned out.
As it should. It is so there's you. It's so contagious. You don't know what to do with yourself. You're like, oh my God, I love this song. Wherever I am when it comes on, I start dancing. I play it all the time. I
Thank you
love it.
so much.
And
Oh, I
look at
love
that
that.
beautiful backdrop. So you did a big Pride event in June, right?
Yes, I was able to do Pride Fest. I opened up for Pride Fest, which is the huge LGBTQ Pride event that happens at the end of the month in the city. And it
Mm,
was just such a big turnout, and I got to work with such amazing groups of artists who just were like able to put on an amazing show. Shout out to Britta Filter. Britta Filter was so kind and welcoming and beautiful to me. And then also shout out to everyone who worked for NYC Pride,
yes.
because
That is a
that was
production in itself.
it was
Millions.
absolutely amazing.
I mean, what do they say this year? There were like over 10 million people in the city
Yeah.
that came for Pride. Can you imagine?
And I would say I performed for about 5,000 of them. So
I believe it. Because I know that stage. I
yeah,
know how many that holds. That's
it,
incredible.
it was the fact that they shut down, Broadway and Fourth Avenue was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
really big deal.
it was huge. It
But it
was
runs so smoothly. It's such a great day. It's so, and to go back, it's so joyful that day. Like people, I don't know why people paint us to be this crazy city of like awful things happen. Listen, we're a big city of 8 million people, maybe more. And some days are, a couple things happen. And most days, everything's wonderful. So, come and visit us in New York. There's so much happening. And
Come on out.
so the August 31st.
Yes.
Now,
So
so they can, you go on, because I noticed that the people can enter anytime after 6.
Yes, so anyone can enter anytime after 6. If you buy a ticket for my 10 p.m. show,
Okay.
just know that I'm closing the night.
You're the closer.
It's gonna be a whole night of performances. You'll get everyone who's on stage before me. You'll get all the artist spaces. There's gonna be some live talks around the artists created and the artists selected are gonna be able to host different talks. It's gonna be a very informed day.
Now, is this the house? I mean, the space that Richard Gere bought is.
This is Ideal, yeah, Ideal Glass Studios.
Oh my
Yeah,
God! I just put it all. I was like, wait a minute! I just read this somewhere. So if I'm not mistaken, and I don't quote me on this, but I think Richard Gere bought this beautiful 4-story
mansion.
mansion in
Yes,
New York City, like right in the, and he turned it into an art space. And I guess this is it.
it's 1010 Studios.
Excuse me. All right.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
And I know that also Lynn Portis, who's a good friend of ours, and Chauncey Dandridge, who is also a good friend of us, who we love, they wrote a song called Reveal that they want you to record as well.
Yes, very excited about that.
And
I'm
your
actually
voice
gonna
is going to
be
lift that to like another plane.
oh, thank you so
Another
much.
plane. I mean, it's just like beautiful now, and it's going to be just it's going to be another edition. There'll be a bunch of editions of Reveal, but that'll be another edition.
Yes.
So I want everybody to just check out Justice LaBrave. He has a page on Facebook, and it's amazing. And he's always doing something, and he's always nice. He's not just talented; he's nice. That doesn't always go hand in hand. It's the truth. And you produce. Wonder, how did you learn to produce?
So I learned to produce with my former band. I was with a band called Mad for, well, oddly enough, Mad for Justice. It was kind of like a double entendre. We
Yeah.
created a lot of what we called polyfunk, which is
Mm.
political funk music.
Oh, I love that.
So we were very in tune to like what was going on at the time, and this was keep in mind 2014, post Prop 8. So we had
Mm.
songs that were like promoting, like
Wow.
yeah, we had some like radical queer rock funk songs, and
By
yeah,
the way, you know, Prop 8 got passed
right,
in California first, and Kamala Harris was the DA there. I mean the Attorney General, and she made that phone call. You can YouTube it. She
that's
says,
why I mentioned it.
you see how you pulled it back? You can start giving out licenses and you can start marrying people. It's on video. And they're like, excuse me? She said, give those people licenses.
Yeah,
Every time I see it, I get chills. Remember, that was Kamala Harris in California.
2024, baby.
That's right. Now, also you did Woodstock this past Sunday with Saturday with Chauncey.
Yes, we had a show at the Pearl Moon. It was
I love that
absolutely
place.
amazing.
I
It
love that
was
place.
so much fun, and we've been asked to follow up at Bad Seed Cidery.
Oh,
So
great.
we'll be up in Poughkeepsie sometime in November. We're just organizing all of that. Yes, you'll see the video
Oh, I
below.
love that place. Pearl Moon is great.
Pearl Moon is absolutely immaculate, and the crowd that came out was so much fun and receptive to all of the music.
They're
It was
so
so much fun.
sweet. Yeah, Chauncey and I did a Pride gig up there over the summer, and they were lovely.
Yes.
Lovely. They're lovely people.
Funny enough, there was a fireworks show right before the show. So everyone who went to see fireworks came out to come see us, and it was
How
so much
cool.
fun.
Oh, I
So
love
much
that.
fun.
Well, listen, my
Yes.
love, you hang on.
Yes.
Leo's going to zoom you up, but don't go anywhere because we're going to bring you back in because we have another friend joining us tonight, Susan Gregory. I want to promote her show, but don't go anywhere.
Oh, I'm right here, and I want to hear
Okay.
about Susan's show. So,
She's
hey,
she's
Susan.
fantastic. You'll love her. You guys would be friends. Trust me.
Yeah.
You would be
Yes.
buddies for sure. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Justice LaBrave. Woo-hoo!
Thank
He will
you so
be
much for
back
having me.
momentarily. So, okay, so our next guest has been a friend of mine, I'm going to say over 20 years. We met at the duplex. We have tons and tons of mutual friends. I used to see her at least once a month. She would come into the open mics and sing for us. She's not just a great singer and a great stage presence, but she is a wonderful human being that always was that person that when I did a show or my friends did a show, showed up. She and our friend Lori Lawrence, who sadly has passed away, but we do a lot of benefits for her, and Susan is always part of those benefits. So now she's got her own show at the Triad, and we want to tell you about it. So Leo, can we zoom in? Susan Gregory. Hi, honey.
Hi. Am
How
I
are
am I
you?
muted?
No,
Wait.
you're great. You sound great.
Oh. Okay, good.
I can hear
I
you.
wasn't sure.
How
Okay,
are you
good.
doing, honey? I know
Not bad for
you had a rough
COVID.
week. I know.
It just started. Yeah.
And you're a singer.
Yeah. I am a singer, and
It's
I have a little over 3 weeks, September 13th, for the big upcoming night, the first debut in 7 years,
Yep.
debut of a new show.
Yep. And you know what? First thing I'm going to say to you, and we're going to talk about your show in a minute. So the
Yeah.
show is August 31st. It's a Saturday night.
No,
No, I'm
no.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
That's
it's
Justice Issue.
September
It's
13th.
September 13th. Thank you. I'm looking
It's a
at the
Friday
wrong.
night.
Thank you. It's a
Yeah.
Friday night at the Triad, which I love. I love the Triad because it looks like they call it a jewel box theater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful space. It has such an old fashioned kind of vibe, almost like vaudevillian. They have those beautiful curtains. It's great sound.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have a regular floor and a balcony. I really love that space. Now you are doing your first show. You said 7 years?
It's first new show in 7 years, yeah.
Okay, so
2017.
you have COVID now, but what the great news
Yep.
is that thank God we're all vaccinated. Thank God it's
Yes.
not what it used to be. Thank you
Yes.
for everybody that worked on that. And now when we get COVID, it's like the flu. We have to quarantine for a little while. We get our medications and then we go back to our lives. And you're going to be great. You're going to be
Thank
amazing.
you.
Because I've had it, trust me. And it
Yeah.
it always scares us because we're singers. We're like, oh my God. What?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it comes
The timing.
right back.
Yeah.
And you know
Yes.
what? And then you're going to be great. You won't get it again for a long, long time. So now, what made you want to do the show after 7 years? What was it that you were like, I have to do a new show?
Well, I had done my first one at the Triad. It will be 1 day short of 10 years from when this show is going up.
Okay.
Exactly. And the first 2 shows that I did, that was 2014, then I did my second one in 2017. They were both autobiographical, and I did them because I had instead of spending all of my time and my energy auditioning and everything, I ended up taking a job in corporate America. So I was losing my identity. My very being was disintegrating on the back burner. So I started doing my own vehicles, and as you said, yes, we've been friends for over 20 years. When I went to the duplex for the first time, it was probably summer. It was summer of 2021. It was just before September 11th.
Wow.
And
No, summer of
that's when I started going.
2000.
2001. Sorry.
2001. Yeah, because
Yes.
right. So it's been more than 20
Yeah.
years.
So it's been more than 20 years. And so at that point, or shortly thereafter, shortly after that, I think after like 2005, my only performing was when I would come into the duplex, and I actually ended up certain point there, 3 nights a week regularly, but definitely at least once a week I was in there for years and years and years.
Yeah, but it's a great
And,
place to get up and sing
that
a
was
few
a great
songs,
place.
keep your chops.
Absolutely. Right.
Keep
But
your
I
chops
needed
sharp.
more. I needed to be able to do
course.
material that I wanted to do, not just what, the people might want to stop talking to listen to. So I did my own stuff, and both of the shows that I did, so I needed to do something on my time frame, on my schedule, because I had a job. So I wrote about what I knew best, which was me. So both shows were autobiographical, and I took songs that other people had written, and sometimes I changed the words to help tell my story. But but it, they went over very well, and it was a lot of fun. And but some of the feedback was that people just wanted to hear me sing more. I didn't necessarily
Mhm.
have to talk as much. They wanted to hear me sing more because these were scripted, that was telling the story, and the songs were
Right,
furthering the
right.
story. So came 20 I did them for several years, different performances, at different times. And then I was going to do a new one in 2020, and I had started working with a musical director, and a new musical director that I hadn't worked with before, although I'd known him for 35 years. And I had a date set for September of 2020, and we know what happened in 2020.
Right.
So
Wow.
uh, I hadn't I hadn't really written it. I had just sort of gotten started on choosing songs by March, when everything shut down. And then it turns out it was a good thing, because I ended up scrapping the whole idea that I had, because I just couldn't focus. I couldn't get it really nailed down as to what I wanted to do. I was sort of all over the place. So then with time, um, I got I just realized that I wanted to just do a cabaret. This didn't have to be about anything, for the first time in my life.
I love
And
that.
so hence the name, It's Not About Me.
I love it. I
And
love it.
these are just songs that may or may not have anything ever to do with my life,
Just want to sing
but
them.
that I just want to sing them because I like them, or because they struck a chord with me. They mean something
Yes.
to me in one way or another, or they're just fun.
Now let me
And
ask you, you're a
so, yeah,
newlywed, right?
I am indeed. Now it's been,
Congratulations.
thank you. We're going on 8 months
Wow.
this coming week.
Do you have a song in there for your cute little husband?
I do have the song that I sang to him at our wedding.
Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. That's so
And
sweet.
yeah, so that's the best one for that's specifically for him. And then
Yeah.
there are a couple uh that are actually, that's not the only one that really would be related to him, because some of the other ones are the, split your wrists, where'd the
Right.
man go
You just
ballad, and
want to
I don't play that anymore. I don't need that anymore.
no, but
But
you
I still
want
like
to
singing the
sing
songs.
them. That's
Yeah,
the
they're the
beauty
best
of
songs.
being a
Yeah.
singer. You just want to sing
Yes.
certain songs. There's like you said, there are times in our lives when we go through where we feel that we have to tell a story, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've done that many,
Right.
many times.
Right.
And then other times you're like, I just like the song, so that's
Yeah.
great that you get to do
Well,
that. How long
yeah.
is the show?
It's about 75 minutes,
Okay,
75
great.
minutes. Still working that exactly out, but it's going to be the alternate title I was thinking of for the show was Shut Up and Sing.
I like
But I
that too.
decided this was
No,
a
I
little
like that.
warmer.
I like
So,
that.
yeah.
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 I like
But
It's Not About Me. It's funny too. It gets you
yeah.
right away. You're like, that's funny. You
Yeah.
want to know what's happening. And
Right.
the Triad is a beautiful space. And you've
Yes.
done a few shows there now. So you go back.
All of my shows have been there, except when I first started in New York and I did some shows. I did them at Don't Tell Mama, and at uh, oh gosh, the
There was
55
Judy's.
Grove Street, which was above Rose's
Right.
Turn, like
Wow.
back in the
Right.
day. Yeah, that was back in the 90s.
A lot of places have closed, sadly.
Yes, yes.
And one good thing that is happening is the West Bank, which is the Laurie Beachman Theater, was supposed to close, but I think
Was
they
it
got a
saved?
shot. I think it's going to be saved,
Oh,
which is
that's great.
amazing. Yeah, a lot
That's
of
great. That's a
people.
nice space too.
It's a beautiful space. A lot of people have rallied and donated to the GoFundMe page, and also gone in there and done shows and been like, wait, 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 and I looks like it's going to be saved. So they posted something this week like,
Oh,
hold your
that's great.
horses. We're going to have an announcement soon. Isn't that wonderful? Because so many places have closed in the city,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
and it's too bad. So let's just. I'm going to read a couple of the things that we have, and then we'll bring back our friend Justice, and we'll do the food section of our show. So
Mhm.
Liz Nagangas McGraw, who is a good friend of mine, also almost 30 years we've been friends. Liz, you should come do the show sometime. She's an amazing actress and voiceover art. You do voiceovers too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not so much anymore. I haven't done them actively in a while, but yes,
Yes.
I did
and-
a lot. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. And Liz
Yeah.
also does that. She's on QVC. She's great. And she also does dog rescue. She and her beautiful husband, Dossie.
Oh.
They're animal activists. So feeling so hopeful that our country will choose wisely in November. Yes, Liz, I agree. John Piatero, both New York and Massachusetts delegate, had great momentarily presentation. How about Kathy Hochul letting everyone know? Yes. Get used to New York being, she was so funny. She was great. So Danielle is here. Mario Davila, who is my great friend. He's in Texas right now. He says, hi, beautiful people. Hi, Mario. We love you. And he also said something really great. Immigrants get the job done. I agree 100%. Frank Zahn has joined us. That's John Bronson's husband, who we love. Glad you're feeling better. He said, Frank's wonderful. I saw
Thank
Frank
you.
last night. Kenny Holcomb, your buddy Kenny Holcomb.
Kenny did my publicity material, by the way, the beautiful flyer that you had posted.
Kenny has made us all look good.
Kenny is so talented.
He's so talented. He does all our posters. Yes. Kenny has done many a poster for me. And even the last song I wrote, that I have on, it's called This Is My America. He did the graphics for that. Beautiful work.
Oh, that's a great song.
Diane Cairns Connolly, speaking of This Is My America, paint it blue. There's still hope. We got this. I know, Diane. And speaking of Diane, if you go to YouTube and you type in This Is My America, Maria Gentili, there's a beautiful video. And I asked my friends if they would, give me a picture of of them holding their families when they had just come here from another country. And then now, and Diane, who we went to high school together, junior high and high school. Her family's from Ireland, and they were such good friends of our families. So she and her family are in there a lot in that video. So Diane, say hi to your wonderful dad and your brothers and all that. Bill Goffey has joined us. Truth, he took the pictures for that video of the Statue of Liberty and a little video he made. Juliana Cesari, who was my first director in Tony and Tina's wedding. Biden said we all come from somewhere. You're right. Julie, I was texting with Sharon Angela today, and I thought of you. Anyway, so many. Stephanie Greco, we went to high school together. Just a wonderful group of people. Okay, Taylor Patty has joined us from the Stonewall Inn. Hi, Boo. All right, all these lovely, lovely people. Now, Leo, could we bring Justice back in? And Leo, you join us as well. We'll do the food section of our show. There's Justice. There's Susan. Two great singers doing shows coming up. And we're going to do the food section of our show. Now, every week, or I try every week. Some weeks I can't because I'm at Judy's and I don't cook when I'm there because I'm messy and she's very clean. So she says, no, you cannot use my kitchen. But I am home tonight and I cooked. So we have to do this. A section of our show is called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. And if I don't do it, my cousin Rena Crignali-Bergi from Massachusetts, she's saying, I know she's yelling it right now. So on the count of three, we all have to say, go ahead, keep eating, including you people at home. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Keep eating. Beautiful. I'm glad you said that. So what did I make tonight? I'm back on the keto just for a week or two. That's what I do. I go crazy and then I go back on it. But that doesn't mean it has to be boring. Ooh. Thank you. Ooh. So I made thank you. I think plating is half the battle. I made salmon and I marinated it for a few hours in orange slices, lemon slices, green curry, garlic, hot honey from Trader Joe's, and white wine. And then I cooked it with scallions and little baby red peppers, and I caramelized those. And this is, which also I love Trader Joe's for this. This is like a rainbow cauliflower. They call it rainbow cauliflower. It's all different colors of cauliflower. And I've just put garlic, butter, and salt and pepper. And that's going to be delicious. So that is my
closer to me.
Did you want to eat some of this, Leo?
Just push it to the TV, please. Thank you.
Yes, I know.
I kind of wish I was there.
Isn't that good? And I put a little soy sauce too, just a little soy
Maria,
sauce.
beam me in. Doesn't that work?
I know. Listen, I'm gonna start having parties at my house again. And I will cook for everybody. I had to have a lot of repairs, but now they're finished and my apartment is back. Okay, so what did I make tonight? You know, always have some kind of theme. Boston lettuce for Massachusetts at the as the delegates. And then because we need Georgia to turn blue, I put peaches on here. Hothouse cucumbers because I believe the South is famous for hothouses. So we need the South. We need all those southern states. And what did I use? Blue cheese crumble for Go Blue, Vote Blue. I put balsamic vinegar on this and a extra virgin olive oil. That's going to be delicious. Maybe I put a little onion salt on that. And then I know, doesn't that look good? I love salads. Even as a kid, my mother was an amazing cook and she just made everything taste incredible. She made the best salads. And so for my little snack, my little dessert, just a little keto brownie, that's where I always miss it. So if somebody out there can make an incredible keto dessert that I will flip out over, I will promote it on my show. But you know, that's hit or miss. But it's also these diets, sometimes I go back to them because if you're a diabetic, and I'm a borderline diabetic, it's very important to keep your sugars low and your carbs low. And then that way you can live a long, healthy life. And then I let myself go crazy for a few weeks and then I reel it back in. So what are you going to do? But
Balance.
anyway, you have to. Let me ask both of you, what is a food that after you've done something incredible, you're like, okay, this is my reward meal? What is something, I'm going to ask Susan first, that you allow yourself to have after you've done something and you're like, oh, okay, I did what I was supposed to do. This is what I really want. What's your reward food? You can be more than one thing.
Oh, it's more than one thing. Well, really, really good pizza.
Yeah.
Like New Haven pizza, or
New Haven pizza is excellent.
New Haven
actually.
pizza, yes.
Yeah.
Or like a great veal marsala.
Oh, beautiful. I actually make that.
Do you?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I make a
Yeah.
good marsala. Yeah, it was one of the first things my mother taught me to make.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
haven't-
chicken
I haven't made-
marsala I make now. I tend to go more towards the chicken for these days.
The chicken, yeah.
For
It
some
could be the
reason, yeah.
chicken too, but
Yeah.
And I'm thinking specifically Campagnola, going to celebrate a Campagnola and the veal marsala there. But also ice cream, like
Oh
really
my
good
God.
ice cream. That's because that's the stuff that I don't eat that most of the time.
Right.
So if it's really special and I don't have something coming up where I have to
That's
sing or I have to, then yeah.
Yes. But that's like, okay, I fit into the dress. I did my show. I can eat whatever I want. That's your reward
Yes.
food. I love that.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Justice, honey, how about you?
Well, I have what I call my like, whenever I celebrate something, I
Yeah.
have what I deem a success meal.
Yes, exactly. Because we all have it.
I'm a huge fan of Carmine's, which is a legendary
I
Italian.
love Carmine's. I love Carmine's.
We have to go to dinner
We
there.
have to go to Carmine's.
I love the eggplant
Parmesan.
parmigiana.
Yeah.
And they also do a really amazing vegan like lasagna.
Are you a vegetarian?
I'm not. And
Oh, but you like,
we
okay.
go to it because Carmine's is just
Wow.
Carmine's.
Carmine's is if people from outside New York don't know Carmine's, it's such a cool place. They have two different locations. One's in Times Square.
Yeah.
And one is, which is less busy, but not that less busy, 90th and Broadway. And that is the one sometimes you can get. Yes, I love it.
That's my favorite location.
There's nothing fancy about it at all. But what they have is big, giant tables. You got to go with a big group.
Yeah.
And everything's in giant platters, family style. So you could you order like a big giant plate and there's like 4 servings on it. And you share that. You would get like a chicken parmesan. You would get like an eggplant rollatini. You get like a pasta dish. You get a beautiful salad and you share it. And it's just this thing that happens. You just start talking to everybody.
Absolutely.
And the waiters are so nice. And it's just like this happy place. But it's old school. It's old school New York Italian.
I love it.
Me too.
It's very much get your red wine,
Yes.
right? Have the salad, have the antepasta, and
Yep.
then go for it. And then when all the food comes, just go for it. Just
Yeah.
don't even
Go,
feel bad.
don't feel bad. You did. That's why I said reward food, because I
Right.
know it's that kind of thing where you're like, no, I have to have this. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, and reward food is different than comfort food when you're feeling really bad. But reward food is something you're like, no, I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to go, and I'm going to enjoy myself. Yes. Well, you are both going to be entitled to those meals after your show. You both are so talented and so dedicated to what you do. Let's recap. Justice, you are going to be where and what's the date?
August 31st at the 10-10-10 Multimedia Arts Festival. I'm going
Okay.
to be closing the night on August 31st. It's one night out of 3 nights that is going to have live music. So by all means, your ticket does come with a drink for the evening, and it starts at 6 and it ends at 11.
Beautiful. And please go to Spotify and type in Justice LaBrave, and his stuff will come up. And the first thing you should listen to is Joy. And you will not be able to stop listening to it. It's such a beautiful song.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey. And I'm so glad you were available. And Susan, your show, tell us about your wonderful show.
My show, which is not about me,
I love it.
is Friday, the 13th of September. Friday the 13th is my lucky day.
I love that.
7 p.m. show. And there are live tickets available as a 2-drink minimum at the Triad. And everything is on at that link or on my Facebook page. It can all be found or on the Triad website. triadnyc.com is just the easiest one to say out loud. And there's also live stream tickets available if people are not in New York or not going to be in New York or based in New York and going to be on vacation or something at the time. There's also an on-demand option ticket that is listed there. If you obviously, I want bodies in seats. I did sell out the Triad previously. I want to do it again.
Of course. Such a great feeling.
If it is a great feeling, if you can't make it in person, you do want to do live stream. If you go to the site, thank you for posting that again, Leo. Then please scroll down to where it says live stream and on demand. Because if you click the get tickets link, that's for the in-person tickets. And I don't want you to get stuck with an in-person ticket if you can't use it.
Yes, absolutely.
But please come in person.
And follow these two wonderful people. They both have Facebook pages. And links on all their stuff that you can follow them to other things. Justice has the Linktree, which that's a really cool place. I didn't even know about Linktree till last week. So, there's just go to their Facebook pages and their Instagram pages, and you will be able to follow whatever they do. They're lovely human beings. They're extremely talented, and they're my friends, as is Leo. Can we give it up for Leo Rodriguez? The man behind the curtain. Where on earth would I be without Leo? Now, Leo, you did you tell them about the new website that you created for me.
What's a story with Maria.com,
which he just did as a surprise. So
as a surprise, it was for your 7th anniversary. It was keep building.
How sweet is Leo? So please go and check that out.
It's got the YouTube links. It's got all the podcast links. It's got the merchandise. If you want to get your apron to pose for a calendar, we haven't seen Susan in the calendar yet.
Well, she's a married lady now. Sadie, married lady. So you can't have those kind of things happening.
We can have both of them.
Yeah, that's true too. Anyway, Justice, you too. I'll show you the calendar.
Too.
I do have a few spots left.
Oh,
be LaBrave.
Oh, I know
be
you're down.
Justin.
I know LaBrave is down. I know LaBrave is down. All right. So please go and follow our friends. We love them. Everybody, we love and appreciate you. Now, after this, please go and watch the DNC the next 2 nights and get out and vote. There's so many countries in the world where they don't have the privileges we have. We are America. We have the privilege of voting. Don't blow it. And happy birthday to my mother, who we used to walk around. My mother and I, this is where I get my love for voting. When I was a little kid, she took my sister and I, we used to go around and get signatures for, you have to get a certain amount of signatures. And we made sure that all these Italians that were new citizens were registered to vote. My mother instilled that in me. And so I never forgot that. She had such pride in being an American citizen. So
She's
thank
sitting
God.
right on Susan's shoulder.
Oh my God. I
that's
love that. Oh, you put her picture there. You're so
gorgeous.
sweet.
I can't do the mirror.
I
There
know.
she is.
There you go.
There she is. That's actually, I believe that was taken
Image is reversed.
the day she became a citizen. That day. That's the
Wow.
picture. She was so proud. She's so proud. And anyway, she would dress as a pilgrim on Thanksgiving, which is her favorite day. And my father would say, "There's no Italian pilgrims," and she'd say, "Today I am a pilgrim." So happy birthday, Ma, on Thursday. I love you, Susan. I love you, Justice. Leo,
Love
you're
you,
my
Maria.
right hand.
Leo,
Thank you for everything. And
Thank you.
break
Good
a
to see you,
leg, my
Susan.
friends. Okay?
Good to see you too.
Thank
Take
you.
us out.